Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Global news reports that North American stock markets opened lower on Thursday. This downturn was driven by a rise in oil prices and Treasury yields approaching levels last seen before the Great Recession of 2008. The ongoing stalemate between Iran and the U.S. is a significant factor, pushing up bond yields, which in turn slow economies, impacting mortgages, and potentially hindering investments in areas like artificial intelligence data centers. The 30-year Treasury bonds yield, a key indicator, neared its highest point since July 2007. The S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average, and NASDAQ each saw declines of about 0.5%, while the Toronto Stock Exchange also fell by 0.25%. Walmart shares dropped over 6% due to a weaker-than-expected outlook, despite impressive sales. Conversely, NVIDIA, the AI chipmaker, showed strong quarterly results, with revenue up 85% and profits tripling. Though its stock fluctuated, oil prices, particularly Brent crude and WTI crude, rebounded after a previous drop, remaining well above pre-conflict levels due to uncertainty surrounding a U.S.-Iran peace agreement. The Canadian press reports that President Donald Trump abruptly canceled plans to sign a new executive order on artificial intelligence just hours before a scheduled White House ceremony. Trump stated his concern that the proposed measure could impede America's competitive advantage in AI technology. This decision comes amidst growing worries within industries like banking about the cybersecurity vulnerabilities posed by advanced AI systems, such as Anthropic's Claude Mythos. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and former Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell had previously warned Wall Street CEOs about these risks. However, Trump's administration aims to leverage the AI sector for economic growth and had previously vowed to roll back the AI safety regulations enacted by his predecessor. The postponement highlights internal divisions within his administration regarding how to balance AI innovation with regulatory oversight and potential safety concerns. CTV News reports that Peel Regional Police have announced 65 arrests and nearly 550 charges as part of Project Filter, a sweeping crackdown on organized retail theft in Mississauga and Brampton. Deputy Chief Mark Andrews emphasized that this is not simple retail theft, but rather organized crime with a direct impact on businesses, workers, and communities, with costs ultimately passed on to consumers. Investigators noted a sharp increase in retail thefts across 12 divisions in 2025, with major retailers like Nike, Walmart, LCBO, Shoppers Drug Mart, Winners, and Rexall being heavily impacted. The operation, which ran from February 6 to April 16, 2026, focused on repeat offenders connected to organized crime networks. Police identified 106 prolific offenders, some of whom were involved in multiple incidents, including 266 thefts at one Nike store. The total financial losses linked to the investigation are estimated to be over $250,000. Ontario Associate Solicitor General Z. Hamid praised the operation, stating it sends a strong message to criminals targeting local businesses. CTV News reports that a Saanich, BC, man, Yeung Derek Chan, 39, has pleaded guilty in what police are calling Canada's most extensive voyeurism case. Over a 6-year period from 2017 to 2023, Chan secretly recorded 652 women and girls across the Greater Victoria area. These recordings were made without consent in various public and private settings, including businesses, beaches, and through the windows of private residences. Authorities discovered electronic devices at his home containing thousands of images and over 28 hours of video, some of which was posted online and viewed internationally before being removed. Chan pleaded guilty on October 1, 2025, to several charges, including voyeurism, publishing intimate recordings obtained through a crime, making child pornography and breaching court-ordered conditions from a previous voyeurism conviction. He was initially released but was rearrested on January 30, 2025, and has since remained in custody. Sentencing is scheduled for this Thursday at the Victoria Law Courts. Police are actively continuing efforts to identify and contact additional victims and urge anyone who believes they may have been recorded to reach out to investigators. Greater Victoria Victim Services is providing support to affected individuals. CBC News reports that Hyundai Canada has issued a safety recall for approximately 6,082 Elantra Hybrid vehicles from model years 2024 to 2026. The recall stems from a potential issue with the hybrid power control unit, which could lead to overheating and an increased risk of fire. While Hyundai has confirmed no fires, incidents, injuries, or fatalities related to this specific problem have been reported in Canada. The same issue has prompted the recall of 54,337 vehicles in the U.S. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration indicates that the problem typically results in a no-start condition or reduced power mode. Hyundai plans to notify all affected Canadian drivers and will provide a complimentary software update to rectify the overheating issue. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.